And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks, and it's good to be back with you today. And I have some guests that I think you're really going to enjoy, and we're going to start out with Eva Van Hook from Family Promise. Couple of things. First of all, I wanted to tell you what Family Promise is, and then I want to tell you why I have her on today to talk about Family Promise.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Family Promise is an organization that works with kids and their families going through homeless transitions. So usually we pick up a family when they are out on the street or staying with a friend or a relative. We bring them into our program. We're a 8-week housing program that just works with the parents to get them back out on into a house and stable.
Yes, and I know you have some volunteer organizations that help you because I'm a member at Broad Street, and I know
Yes.
that Broad Street is one of those. So give a little explanation about how that works.
We are pretty unique in that way. We do run a 24-hour shelter, but half the day, the evening and overnight part of the shelter time is spent at the churches that have partnered with our organization. So right now we have 11 host churches, and they each take a week, once a quarter, and take care of our families and do a lot of eating, a lot of praying, and a lot of talking.
Yes, and I think that's wonderful because I know at Broad Street we ask for volunteers to provide meals, and we ask for other volunteers to come and eat with the family, and then we ask for volunteers that spend the night with the family. We also ask for volunteers that will sit and talk with the family during different times, breakfast, dinner, etc., just so that they'll know that someone cares and someone's interested in them and what they're doing. And of course, at Broad Street, we have a Wednesday night meal during the school year. So some of your Family Promise folks have come in and joined us in that, and that's always good because it gives everybody an idea, because not everybody wants to spend the night.
Right. That is, people do tend to shy away from that one-on-one, and spend the night sounds awfully close and comfortable, but the reality of that position is there's no work involved. It's all sleeping. So.
And it kind of depends, I guess, on what you're sleeping on. I think at Broad Street it may be just a step above a cot.
Yes.
So those of you that don't enjoy camping might not enjoy doing that.
That's a good point.
Of course, I've said Broad Street, and you said there's 10 other churches that help you all with this, which I think is wonderful, because that gives, it's kind of a ministry for the churches. And it gives them a hands-on with what you're doing.
It is. It's a great way to have a local missions project, so we can work with youth and their group going through and plugging them in different ways, and then also just the whole body of the church here. This last year, we were excited to welcome on 2 new host churches. We got Westwood Baptist came on, and Public Church came on. And
Good.
Both of them have served 2 host weeks, and just a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and glad they joined the network.
That is great, because there's so many different ways you can serve during that week
There is.
that you're in the church. Because I have found that it's very interesting on, bring breakfast. I'm thinking, and everybody out there knows I don't cook, so I'm thinking I could get the Cheerios and the milk and orange juice and get there. So I think those are really neat ways for people to help. Now, give a little explanation to our audience about what you all do, because they don't stay at that church all day.
No, they don't. That's right. They do leave by 7 in the morning. The church is a business, and so we respect that, and we want to give them their space to do their business. As well, the children have to go to either school or daycare. They have to be in a full-time child care facility of some sort while they're in our program, because that gives our parents the ability to free up their time to look for a job, to work, to look for resources. There's a lot of resources out there, and it does take time to do those applications and interviews. So the kids go and do their thing. The parents come back to our office if they're not working. We partner a lot with agencies here in town, the Refuge, the Caring Place. We often send our families to those agencies to get them back into a job situation so they can then think about housing.
Right, and I think that's so wonderful, because I've heard, I have not been there, but I've heard you all have computers so they can do resumes.
We do.
And you have someone there to help people with resumes, because I remember years ago when I did my first resume, it's a whole lot different from, nobody wants to read all of that. They want it concise, and I know there's an art to resumes now. So you all work with these people during the day?
Yes, and we send them to Kelly at the refuge. She does a lot of the resume work. I like for her to specialize in those things because you're right. Even my resume is outdated now. Nobody would look at me twice on paper. So we love to partner with agencies like that because they do those things. I don't want to do them too.
Right, absolutely. And of course, you all are a 501c3,
We are.
which means that you need to do fundraisers.
Absolutely.
And that's something we want to talk about now because y'all have a
Absolutely.
fundraiser coming up.
We do. Monday. We're containing the panic, but Monday is going to be a great day. It's going to be wonderful. Everybody that has done a luncheon or a banquet knows the feeling that you get that week on. So.
Do we ever? Yes.
But we're super excited. This year it's going to be at First United Methodist. That's a change for us. We also went from an evening to a luncheon from the 12, and we will stop straight at 1 o'clock p.m. We will stop the program and everybody can leave. We just want to respect everybody's time, but then also give them the opportunity to meet our very special guest and hear from their side and just to hear a unique perspective of homelessness and what it's like.
Right, and then you also want to share, of course, the success stories
Absolutely.
because basically what you have to do at this luncheon is sell yourself.
Absolutely.
You have to sell Family Promise, and to sell Family Promise, you have to tell success.
That is right.
So, so this is great. Now, you said your speaker. You told me your speaker is. How much of that do you want to tell?
We are starting to tease her out a little bit.
Okay.
So it is going to be a mom and a daughter team. We have a little girl that is 10 years old, has gone through our program, and a lot of times the parents will often want to give back immediately. Kids are usually a bit more shy. Hope is not.
Good.
So we'll just let her express herself out and talk about Family Promise and what it meant to her. She has just a unique story. Her mother, homeless people are not typical homeless people. There's always a story. There's always a
Absolutely.
story. And so Hope's mom was a business owner. Her and her husband had 4 businesses before he had a serious medical issue and died not too long after that
Wow.
happened. He was fairly young. I think he was mid-40s when that happened. So it was something that I could see myself not being prepared for, not
Absolutely.
really expecting. And so Alicia, the mother, had to go from running a business and doing the books to, oh my goodness, how am I going to totally rearrange my life and change everything all at the same time? So we love to work for them because they work right back for us.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. And to see them succeed just makes us cry.
Absolutely. Now, if somebody wants to come to the luncheon, I know how luncheons work. They can't show up at the door because you've got to have a head count.
I do need
Okay.
a head count as soon as possible.
Okay.
As soon as possible. So you can call the office or get online on our website, and we can give those later if you want.
Okay, well, go ahead and we're going to do it a
Okay.
couple of times so that everybody gets it. So
All
phone
right.
number and then website.
Now, our phone number is 423-650-4106. You can call anyone who answers the phone. Just let them know that you're interested in the banquet, and we can set up after that. You can also go to the website. It is www.familypromisebradley.org. On there is a link to the banquet, so you can RSVP and pay online as well.
Fantastic, and that's .org, folks, and we've talked about the difference in .com
right.
and .org. .org is a 501c3.
Very important.
So, how many people do you anticipate? Do you have any idea?
I'm at about 200 people
Wow,
is what we expect.
that's great.
I'm excited.
That is great. And the tickets are $25 each.
They are.
And a table for 8 is
200. Yes.
So anybody that is interested, and they will take donations. If you can't go and you still want to purchase the ticket, they'll find somebody to use that ticket.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have very special guests, the speakers included, that we'd like to get covered. So
And that's great. Who's catering for you? Do you
it
mind if I
is
ask?
G-Daddy's.
Oh, G-Daddy, so it's going to be barbecue. Nope.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, it is.
Oh,
It is.
oh.
That's everybody's reaction. Is
Oh.
it's going to be barbecue? That's great.
Oh.
It's a salad. It's a smoked
Oh.
chicken salad. So
Yes,
it
the
should
way
be
he-
a nice summertime lunch.
Right.
Real light, real good.
And just what you need for lunch.
Exactly.
And see, I think it's great that y'all are respecting everybody's lunch hour, 12 to 1, and more people are happy to come if they know you're going to get them out at 1 o'clock.
That's the idea. That's the
because
idea.
they need to get back to work, and hopefully they have made a nice donation while they were there eating their wonderful salad from G-Daddy's.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have fun, connect with our speakers and with our board and other volunteers as well.
And that is great. How large is your board?
We have 11 right now.
Oh, wow, okay, all right. I called Alan Goslin to get who I needed to call to
Yes.
get onto this. And I asked Alan to be on TV with me. And Alan, if you're watching, I'm going to tell everybody, you said, no, you don't do TV. You don't know. He might have been fine. But anyway,
Yes, he
sicked
would have been
me
fine.
on you. He sicked me on you, which I think is great. Is this your only fundraiser of the year?
It is not. I will come back in the fall closer to the Cleveland Circuit Ride. I think that's the
Super.
last time
The
we were
Cleveland
here.
Circuit Ride. I couldn't remember what it was called. I was telling Bryce, my producer, that we talked about bicycles, but I couldn't remember what it
That's
was.
it. Yes, we
Okay,
did.
Very good. So we do have that coming up. So give me a holler and we'll get you back on to talk about that,
Wonderful.
which will be wonderful. But this is next Monday. The date on next Monday is the
24th.
24th at First United Methodist Church. $25 for individual tickets, $200 for table of 8. Businesses you can donate, and that would be great. But slowly give them the phone number and the website one more time, so we have people that can call you this week.
Okay. Our phone number is area code 423-650-4106, and our website is www.familypromisebradley.org.
.org. Eva, thank you so much for
Thank you,
being on.
Nancy.
I really appreciate it so much.
It's good
because
to see
when I
you.
saw this, and they have a great article in the paper.
Yes,
Do you need
Sarah
a copy?
Lynn.
Okay.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
so welcome. The banner covers everything for us so well, and that was a great article in the paper, and I'd already contacted Alan before I saw that, so just wanted to be sure that we got you all on to talk about your fundraiser that's coming up a week from Monday. It's the 24th.
Today, yes.
24th, okay.
Yes.
Folks, don't go away. We're going to be right back with another interview, and I'm going to really grill this person because I really want to know why they did some of the things they did. So don't go away. We'll be right back.